Hello everyone, I didn't even mean to hit the record button then, but I'm going to continue with Grammar for Grown-Ups. This is the colon section, and I'm just going to read it all the way through because there's only a couple of pages for this one. Colons. For introductions. A colon can be used to introduce something. The word before the colon should introduce whatever follows. For example, visit www.grammarmonster.com. The following points were noted during the fire safety survey. Fire exits blocked by empty boxes, batteries dead in smoke detectors, waste paper bins used as ashtrays. Contact us by phone, email, all colons correct. Beer. The cause of and solution to all of life's problems. The English country gentleman galloping after a fox, the unspeakable and full pursuit of the uneatable. I love Oscar Wilde. Warning. Definitely not a semicolon. Do not use semicolons for introductions. For example, I spotted the following members of the crow family on the moors. Carrion crow, magpie, rock. Beware, don't use a semicolon to introduce a list. No hyphen. There is no need to add a hyphen to a colon. For example, you will benefit from lower interest rates, free survey, online help desk. It's a bit harsh to mark this wrong. It's just outdated. I usually think git whenever I see it, and it would never survive my proofreading. Colons. To extend a sentence. Extend a sentence with a colon. You can use a colon to expand on something previously mentioned in the sentence. For example, the cat's fur was found in 2 rooms, the bedroom and the kitchen. His success is attributed to one thing, determination. It is by the fortune of God that, in this country, we have 3 benefits, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and the wisdom never to use either. A single death is a tragedy. A million deaths is a statistic. That's wrong. This should be a semicolon, not a colon. The words after the colon do not add more information about something previously mentioned. Because you see it's gone from single to million. It's gone from single death to million deaths. So it should be a semicolon. I always think of semicolons personally as being like really punchy and they're really impactful. Because the 2 sentences still connect together, but they're not common. They're not adding information that is similar to what you're talking about. So when a slight break is preferable to a new sentence, use a semicolon, not a colon. Remember, a colon introduces words that explain something previously mentioned in the sentence. So more examples of this are, I love it, I love how many Oscar Wilde quotes he's used. I have made an important discovery. Alcohol, taken in sufficient quantities, produces all the effects of intoxication. I want to say that was from the picture of Dorian Gray, but I might be wrong. It might be one of his plays. But in this world, there are only 2 tragedies. One is getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. There are 5 principal actors in this conflict. The Afghan population, ISAF, the insurgency, and the external players. It's important to begin with an understanding of each of these actors, starting with the most important, the people. Treat a colon like an equal sign. Colons are like equal signs. Think of the colon as an equal sign in the 3 examples at the top of the page. So 2 rooms equals bedroom and kitchen, 1 thing equals determination, 3 benefits, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and the wisdom never to use either. When a colon is used in this way, the wording, sorry, I'm just trying to reposition the way I'm holding my phone. The wording after the colon is an equal phrase. It's known as an appositive phrase to something mentioned before the colon. Geek says they're called appositive phrases. When not to use a colon. When a slight break is preferable to a new sentence, you should use a semicolon and not a colon. For example, John fumbled for the keyhole. The streetlights had failed again. So this is separate because he's performing an action here, and then you're mentioning something outside like the setting, so that's sort of like they connect, but it's 2 completely different scenarios that are happening. So a semicolon would be that punchy, impactful connector you could use. Colons with bullet points. A colon is often used to introduce bullet points. When using bullet points, be consistent throughout the document with the style, so capital letters and punctuation at the start and end of each bullet. In the first example below, each bullet starts with a capital letter and ends with a period of full stop. Choose whatever format you like, be consistent throughout your document. Dr. Moore won the following events: egg and spoon race, tossed a pancake, apple bobbing. The birds, and then this is the example of the wrong one. The birds listed below were spotted during the survey. Dipper 2, bittern 1, grey wagtail 12, small bee unbitten, not consistent. Also ensure all your bullets make sense when read with the words before the colon. Here's an example from a bottle of fluoride mouthwash. Orosa helps fight tooth decay, plaque, freshens breath. Because you're only talking about what's helping fight. The last bullet does not follow on from the introductory words. Come on. It is good practice to write your bullets in the same style. For example, it is a picturesque region, but I would advise visitors to avoid bathing in the river, driving in the town at the local tapas bar. This makes perfect sense, but it is not tidy. Eating in the local tapas bar would have been better. So Geek says this is a non-parallel list. When lists are written in the same style, they are said to be parallel. The list above is non-parallel. Ensuring your lists, not just bulleted lists, but all lists, are parallel will test your English skills and slow you down, but they are easier to read. Creating parallel lists will portray you as a clear thinker. Is worth the investment. Colons and references. Colons as dividers. Colons are useful to divide the parts of references, titles and times. They often make better separators than the alternative punctuation marks. For example, and I think in Harvard referencing and stuff, you do use colons at different points. Learn chapter 14, I want to say. I'm not that amazing with Roman numerals. Section 4, paragraph 6, by tomorrow. Commas could be used too. Have you read Mars, the Landing? The author opted to use a colon but could have used a dash. The alarm clock is set for 07:30. 07:30 in... yeah, 0. Okay. Then the last bit, colons before quotations. When introducing a quotation of more than 6 words, use a colon. For quotations with 6 or fewer words, use a comma. For example, did Albert Einstein really say, if the facts don't fit the theory, change the facts? It was Kilgore-Tront who said, the universe is a big place, perhaps the biggest. More than 6 words, some would prefer a colon. Muhammad Ali responded, my toughest fight, my first wife. Only 6 words, some would prefer a comma. How much do you want your readers to pause? This is not a rigid grammar rule. Most consider it very outdated. Nowadays, writers can choose a colon, a comma, or nothing to introduce a quotation. It depends largely on the desired flow of text, how much you want your readers to pause. And that's carried on a later section. Anyway, if anyone's watched this, thank you. And that was the section on commas. Colons, sorry. We've got commas coming up next. Bye.